Yes, guys, it is true. I'm giving away the jackpot because I'm giving away 2,000 XRP. And now the fun part about the whole situation is there's only a couple of things that you need to do to enter. You need to press the like button on this video. If you've done that, go over to that subscribe box, press it, and press the notification bell on. If you've done that, go to the comment section and write something down there like what your favorite crypto is or when the first time was that you bought crypto. If you've done that, go follow me over on Twitter and boom, that is it. Now I'm going to be putting a like requirement for this 2,000 XRP to be given away in the comment section down below. But trust me guys, if we hit it, I'm hopping on a live stream and we're going to be giving it away instantly. Maybe spreading it over a couple of people. I don't know about that. You guys can decide about all of that later. But let's get on with the video because it's been a pretty big day. Now the first article goes as follows. Ripple executive game plan to expand XRP remittance around the world. I found this a very important article. And the main reason for that is we have been having quite a lot of debates recently about what the expansion plan has been for Ripple, since we got some insights that it's not like the whole halting situation of ODL has not been from the client's side, but mostly from Ripple's side, where just Ripple can't support all the volume that people want or can't support all the liquidity just quite yet. Which was to a certain degree a really bullish statement, saying that there's quite a lot of demand for ODL, but they can't provide it yet because they have to build their framework. On the contrary, it's quite negative because our company that we're really having high hopes for can't support it. That sounds really odd, right? That company can't provide it all just quite yet. In the end, though, there have been a lot of not conspiracy. I want to say conspiracy talks, but I don't know if it's really that far. There have just been a lot of talks about why the ODL volume has been low, and also if their priority change was because of them trying to kind of mark off their lack of partners in a priority change, or if they really changed priorities to ultimately get really many more players into the game. It's been a little bit of a controversial topic. And by the way, guys, I'm a little bit shook because I just got some crazy news once more. So if I'm a little bit more shaky than normal, I'm sorry guys, just got some crazy news. Later today, I'm going to be recording a couple more videos and it will most likely be back to normal. Ripple wants to replicate its success in the US to Mexico remittance corridor in the other jurisdictions around the globe, according to Craig DeWitt, the company's director of product. In a recent fireside chat hosted by Reed Catalado, founding partner at blockchain consulting firm Prism Group, DeWitt says the company is looking to accelerate its expansion plans. Quote, "We have a game plan, and we're going to roll that out into multiple jurisdictions around the world, and we're going to escalate the speed with which we're able to do that. I love liquidity. I think liquidity begets liquidity, and I think success begets success." By the way, if this is pronounced wrong, let me know in the comment section down below. I try my best, not a native English speaker, but again, I try. And the markets we're seeing that we are going to replicate that and grow that footprint and improve people's lives in multiple jurisdictions, not just the Philippines, Europe, and Mexico, but all around the world. Ripple partner Bitso, the Mexican crypto exchange, processing 2.5% of remittance payments from the US to Mexico. That's actually also quite a staggering number. To already, within such a short amount of time, and without really being that known by just people out there, already be processing 2.5% of the remittances between those two places. I think that's pretty damn good. Bitso recently hit the 1 million customer mark, and according to Santiago Alvarado, the exchange director of cross-border payments, they just did that, Ripple, known for its high turnover, is also looking to bring on more people as it expands to new corridors, according to the bit. Quote, "I think Ripple really stands out, especially with the work we're doing with Bitso as a company that is actually delivering real utility today that is affecting people's lives in a way outside of just speculative trading." If that's attractive to you, reach out to us because we're so hungry for talent in this space. We're growing so fast. We need people to join that journey with us and help us do it. And I'm really wondering what type of insights you can give out if you work over at Ripple. Like, what type of NDA are you going to be signing? I know you can most likely not talk about the most deepest stuff, but like some things that are plain Jane. Some miscellaneous stuff. Like, would it really be beneficial if you were a Ripple insider? as a sort of a news outlet, for example. Like I, as an individual, if I were to work at Ripple right now, would I be able to tell you guys more than if I were not working there? Or do the NDAs, just really lock everything down, meaning I would maybe even only be able to talk about less? You guys hopefully get me. Then we move over into some more speculation slash controversy, which is the big expectations for September. It's XRP turn. Get ready, folks. The next few months is going to be exciting for some and not so nice for others, but who cares? It's our turn next. Who is with me? XRP baby, let's be having yeah. September 2020, the month dreams were made of. I don't know what the grammar and the way this is written is a little bit odd, but the whole idea behind it is also even worse or stranger, because basically this all follows along with the theory that really shortly here in September we're going to be seeing something big. And it's actually not just this guy. There are a ton of people who think September 1st is going to have some crazy Swift movements, which is going to make Swift obsolete, which is going to be replaced by Ripple and all of that. I've actually seen a couple of tweets come by surrounding this earlier, but I didn't really, lock him in, or didn't really save him because I thought it was not going to be relevant. However, as the day rolled forward, I just saw more and more stuff and people claiming September 1st was going to be another big date. I'm not going to count on it. I'm not going to tell you guys to wait for it or anything like that. And maybe this is a nice trading catch. I'm not going to speculate on that too much. I just know that there's too many people really eagerly waiting for some big move in September here. And even though it may occur, stay cautious, guys, as it's a lot of people trying to reel you in with some crazy predictions. Happy Sunday. Ripple has absolutely no plans to reset our strategy using XRP to solve a real-world $10 trillion problem like cross-border payments is working, which is a quote from Garlinghouse. We actually got 4 really interesting quotes here. Here we got one from XRP Euphoria, somebody in the community. Holding XRP is like pregnancy. You know there's a delivery coming, but the journey is filled with pain, sickness, and occasional false labor. But when this baby pops, the suffering will be forgotten and replaced by joy and celebration. Now, even though I'm not going to tell you guys to, think of holding XRP like a pregnancy, because I would say it's it's comparable, but really kind of not. I would state to anybody out there that right now is a very good decision or very good time to reflect upon your investments once more. Just look at your investments and consider for yourself, do you still enjoy holding them? Do you still have regrets? And why are you holding through all this pain and suffering of the price being low? And do you feel like it's pain and suffering? Because if I think about my own personal situation, I would say it's not a pain, it's not suffering, none of that at all. I actually see it all as a very fun journey. Which is where I see a lot of people have a very differing opinion, where they're like, well, I'm not happy right now. And I'm like, well, why not? Right? And that's because I have that longer term mentality. I know there's longevity in this project where all these intermediary letdowns are just, as I said, intermediary. They're just in the middle right now. They're not the end goal. So I'm always happy with whatever's happening. I don't really care about the small fluctuations. Christine Lagarde said, cryptocurrencies and DLT technologies are clearly shaking the system. And it's far from the Bitcoins we used to talk about a year ago. Very important quote here from the CNBC 2019. And what I fetch from this is just what we're getting now with crypto, all this newer technology, is not just the Bitcoin we were talking about a little while ago. It's so much more, and there's so much more potential in it now. And then Brianne Madigan, Global Institutional Markets over at Ripple, said, as non-ODL partner exchanges continue to grow more mainstream, larger institutional traders will begin transacting in XRP, making order books, including ODL order books, more liquid. And as our theories have kind of shown us, this more liquid and this kind of waiting process of these more exchanges doing that is what we're going to be needing for Ripple to get more partners going. At least that's what I'm fetching from all their thoughts and all their things that they've been putting out. Then, by the way, guys, this is not a new photo or picture. Just seen on London Bus. I don't know. I don't think this was just seen. I think this is a very old picture because it kind of looks like I've seen it before. It's actually about TransferGo that runs on Ripple, and we talked about this a couple of years ago. People are also saying very, very old. It's true though, and I'm also thinking about whether or not Ripple's going to go for another kind of awareness campaign in the real world. We know they're doing it on social media right now, but I'm also wondering if Ripple now plans to, once they've done their IPO, to stay in the background, to like be a company that runs in the background where it's like framework like Swift right now. How many people know about Swift in the real world, right? Does your niece or aunt know about Swift? I'm going to say no, because who cares about that if you're not into crypto or payments or any of the internal stuff. And okay, let's say know about Swift. Do you know about the ISO or things like that? That go a little bit of a step further, maybe things like that. Most likely not, right? Because why would you care about it? It's like something that happens at the bottom. It doesn't really affect you directly because you don't have to use Swift directly. I guess Swift might not be the best one to compare it to, but it's just to make a point. What I think is Ripple is going to be such a framework, such a at the bottom of all the layers, where for example MoneyGram or something is at the top, that I don't know if they need to be so popular amongst the normal folk. Like, do they have to advertise on things like that, runs on Ripple and all of that, when it's really not that important for normal folk? Or is this just to appeal to the smaller providers through this medium, or something else which I can't understand just quite yet? I don't know, but I'm just thinking about it. Ripple's Garlinghouse forecasts further loss of US dollar value. The wild ride of 2020 continues. I don't want to say any of those words, but basically what this comes down to is further debasement of the dollar. Right here. Signs point to further dollar debasement in the near term, leading to further diversification of assets, which will certainly be good for crypto, Garlinghouse added. That's basically his most important point. And also that really right now, what people would normally do in terms of investing, might really not hold up too well. And that's because right now we're in such a different phase. We're in such an uncertain period. And like I've explained yesterday in my election video, during the election, there's a good chance we're going to see the stock market plummet. And it's just going to be another very good question, what's going to happen with crypto because of it? Like, is crypto going to prosper from stock markets falling? Or are people going to be so irrational where they don't trust the US, but they also don't trust crypto, or they want to, not support China's Bitcoin and things like that, where they're not going to be buying into it? Or are people going to be like, well, let's, screw stocks, screw US dollar, let's get into crypto? They're going to massively be flocking in. I can't tell. I'm assuming the second one is going to be it, but you can't tell for sure. And that's what I'm just making you guys aware of here. Why this analyst doesn't see Ripple XRP hitting $1 soon. Well, it's just what we've been talking about a little bit earlier. It's just BS. If you don't think XRP is going to $1, it's really not the best coin for you. I personally think it's going to get there, but even if it doesn't, I know my foundations, and to me it's a ride or die. Justin Sun promises the Tron TRX community a new adventure. Justin Sun has announced that he has a new decision to share with the Tron community. The decision will be shared in the coming days to come and will provide a new experience and adventure. It'll also benefit the communities of BitTorrent, Just, and Wink. Justin Sun is known for making announcements about announcements. He usually delivers on his promises. Let's see here. He said, "I've made a very important and bold decision, which I'll announce in the following days. It'll hugely benefit TRX and the others, and the whole Tron community. A new start, a new experiment, a new adventure. The best is yet to come." And I'm actually just wondering, where did Win come from and what is that about? Because I know Just came around, which is Justin's own sort of stupid coin. But what is Win about? And by the way, here they're saying in this article that Justin Sun always delivers because he's had a couple of things going on. I'm just going to say he might deliver on his announcements, but it's the announcements of announcements that are killing us, which are really, really bad for the price, as people already anticipate now that something good may come. And that's why the real good thing that comes doesn't really do much for the price, or really doesn't do much for the project anymore. I personally think they should have not really implemented this strategy. And also, I don't know, but I still think the Tesla giveaway was a little bit of a fake one. Don't know too much though. And then having said that one, here is OKX CEO Jay Howe Many people lose their money in DeFi. Exclusive interview. Well, what this one is mostly about is just people are taking DeFi a little bit too lightly. And I find it interesting to read up on some places like Justin Sun who are getting really, really heavy into DeFi. And some of the people I've been talking to in crypto here, they're so much such fans of this DeFi as well, where they really don't understand exactly what they do. They're just like, yeah, it's a DeFi token, so I'm gonna buy into it. As I've said, with help from the Intelligent Investor and a couple of other sources, if you're going to be investing into something, make sure you do your own due diligence and look up very, very well what it is all about. The most prominent reason for that is you could really stab yourself in the foot if you don't, right? These technologies change very rapidly, and you could really be investing at the worst time, which you probably would have noticed had you looked up a little bit of what it is about. Same for DeFi. Not all DeFi are good, not all DeFi are useful, and a lot of things will most likely stab you in the foot either way along the road as well. Like, for example, Chainlink. A couple of guys were really saying, hey, Chainlink, $20 is a good price to buy into. Right now, you would be in some crazy losses. 15% maybe? How much? 16%. You will be down now. It's not really, really bad. It's not that, but it was an obvious one as it just hit all-time high. It was pretty obvious it's going to fall down a little bit at one point. It was actually at $16 earlier today. It's already done really, really well. And I still think that it will go above $20 in the future here. But in my opinion, it was pretty obvious, and I think to most people that it was going to fall a little bit down from it again. And thus, if you bought it at 19.50, it was most likely not a very, very... Either it was a very risky choice, where you were like, let's wing it, or it was not a very well thought out decision. And there's more that really are around that area of just making too swift decisions without knowing the tech or the project too well, which I will always recommend you guys to get into. And now, guys, as I said before, make sure you go ahead and follow me over on Twitter. I really, really recommend you guys to do that. We're almost at 5,000, which is really, really cool to see. But, I want to see you guys support, all right? If you have something you want to share, just either ask on Twitter or send it to me on Twitter, things like that. Or, of course, go for Discord. I always try to check out all the questions you guys have and answer them in there as well. I'm also thinking about making a Telegram where I share with you guys all the news that I find instantly, so you don't have to wait for videos. You can just check out this stuff yourself. I'll always talk about it in videos still, but then you have it earlier. But you guys need to give me some feedback on that one. I want to know. But guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care and have a very nice day.